Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing Sister Wives. Now, I know I said I was going to get that last episode out to you prior. I was going to get that on Saturday. You're actually going to be getting both the newest episodes, last week's episode and this week's episode in one. So first one, we're going to be doing that with Letitia, but then the second one will be just me. So that's basically that. Again, as an announcement, in the beginning, I did say this in the last episode. This would, the episode with Letitia is the last episode with her, as she's going to be giving birth very soon. So she is not going to be on the podcast moving forward for a time. So with Sister Wives, it is just going to be me moving forward. Again, also, because I'm not sure what we're going to be doing in terms of the show, if it's going to be finishing before Christmas or if it's going to be overlapping into Christmas, after Christmas. I'm not sure, but I will probably do some kind of episode or two for Sister Wives when we come back. Otherwise, that will basically be it. But yeah, that's basically that. That's the end of that. Again, quick announcement, podcast is going to be on a break from December 11th to January 15th. There will be shows still coming out, so you can head over to 500 Days of Bummer to listen to the schedule, as well as you can also head over to socials where it's there as well. It's pinned on Facebook as well as Twitter, and you can look at the announcement there. Otherwise, that is it for me. Well, I think it is. Hold on, let me see. So I do have one piece of hot goss. This is Sister Wives related, so that's why I'm going to do it here first. We do kind of talk about the division of the property on the show, on this episode with Letitia especially. I did mention that I had found an article that talked about it, so I am going to read that right now, reading it for the first time with everybody. So here we go. So this is going to be about the ownership in Coyote Pass. So as we can kind of see, the lots are divvied up into 5 lots. Cody would have lot 1, Meri was lot 2, Christine was lot 3. So the ones that were like on the right hand side, and then Janelle, Robyn had lot 4 and 5, and it was the bigger lot. So a Reddit thread broke down how much Cody Brown actually owns of Coyote Pass. So he has a bit of everyone's parcel, so it totals up to 45% of the ownership. Robyn owns 25%, while Meri owns just 10%, and Janelle's 20%. Well, that's interesting. So that's probably why Cody is kind of pulling that control card, and the women just kind of have to fall in line with what he has to say. So apparently after fans kind of heard about all of this, there's a lot of feelings. I'm going to go through what some people actually said. One person said, Meri is so screwed. I hope this is her wake-up call to run away forever from Cody and Robyn. This entire plan was stupid from the get-go. The wives were foolish to ever go along with it, and to commingle their money in a family pot with Cody in charge. That man has never made good financial choices. Another person said, I'm guessing that instead of giving them their equal share of the pay, he only gives them an amount he thinks is fair for them, that he has control of the rest. That's a very good point. But that's basically that. That is it for the hot goss here, and that's it about that. So now we're going to jump into the episode, the first one being with Letitia, and then we'll transition into the other episode, and that's basically that. that is it for me now. All right, so here we are talking Sister Wives. Last week's episode of Sister Wives. And we have Letitia here.
Hi.
Hi. It's gonna be the last one with Letitia. Because, yeah, she's got things to do. We'll just say that.
Yes,
She got
I
things
do.
to do. Um, so yeah, we'll make the most of it. I'm not even sure when this show is ending. It has to be
Neither do
ending
I.
before Christmas, I think. I feel like there's still so much to do.
I don't know. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's start from the beginning. We just come right back to the crying, to the, thanks for being cool, he says to her. Like, I don't think she's cool. I think she's confused.
Very.
There's a difference. And he says, well, we can be best friends now, but you got to get behind Nathan. And her friend, what's her friend's name again? Jennifer? Something like that?
I think her name is Jen or Jennifer.
Okay. She's like, no, no, she's not taking applications. We're just like, what? Okay. All right. The whole thing is weird. But the main thing here is he says, when him and Nathan were leaving, he's trying to lie to me and say, we got in the car, Nathan asked me, touches me on the shoulder and says, are you sure? Is this what you want to do? Are you sure? And I'm like, first of all, that never happened. Okay, that never happened. I want Nathan to corroborate this. That never happened. Secondly, he says that he said to Nathan, well, if you can't understand, I can't make you understand. And I said, I'm going to need you to make me understand because I don't
Right?
understand any of this. I don't understand. No one understands. And again, I feel what he needs to say is, well, if you can't understand manipulation, I can't help you. Because that is what this was. He was manipulating her.
Yeah.
Asshole. Anyway, back to Meri. Mary's like, I'm confused. And I think the biggest thing, and I think what was the goal here for Cody, was it makes her question her decisions to leave. And I'm I'm just like, no, no. Like, obviously you're making the right decision. Obviously it's not gonna make her change her mind. But she's just questioning herself, which isn't fair. She was
Right.
happy, she was doing her thing, and she didn't need that. And she says that, you said you didn't love me. So, like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. But we're gonna wrap up on the crying session now because I have nothing else to say. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Nothing at all.
Great. So Savannah's graduating, so we're gonna have a party.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a graduation party. I
Neither
just,
did I.
I just graduated,
And called it a day.
went to maybe did a lunch at a restaurant, and yes, called it a day. Didn't do a party.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're gonna take the time though during Savannah's graduation party to talk about the land that we're gonna buy with
Oh, God.
Maddie and Caleb, which I'm like, it's now the time.
Right?
Is now the time to be having this conversation. Couldn't
Exactly.
you guys do a Zoom call later and talk about this? Now, that's Savannah's graduation. There is a time and there is a place. It's just not the time and
Yeah.
just not the place. And then the other thing, I'm not going to be really talking about this too much because I don't care. What was this dancing that Maddie was doing?
Listen, that was the most stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It looked like she was convulsing. It looked like she was being exorcised or
The
something.
chair should have broke.
God damn. It was weird. It was really weird. Like that wasn't dancing. That was just
That
convulsing.
was stupidity.
And then like my mom kind of said, she's like, flash mob is when you're out on the street and all of a sudden people start dancing around you and you have no clue about it. This isn't a flash mob, but like, what is this?
Stupidity.
Yes. Anyway, Meri went to London. And I thought
Good
that
for her.
was
I'm
really,
happy that she went.
me too. I also want to go to London, but she went to London. She is in front of Buckingham Palace, other places, but the big thing for her was going to Stonehenge. So she's
Hmm.
really fascinated with Stonehenge, and she finally got to be there. It was a big deal for her. She's getting emotional, and I get it because I would also be really emotional if I got to go to Disney World and go to the Harry Potter exhibit. That would be me. I would be crying like Meri is right now in front of Stonehenge.
Oh God.
So, yeah, it's a very big deal for her. So, we kind of go back to Cody a little bit, and he's kind of talking about the fact that this graduation party and whatnot. And he's kind of saying, no one wants Robyn there. So that means that I can't be there. And Janelle is like, no, 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 no. The reason you're not there is because no one fucking wants you there. You're
Right?
alienated from everybody because of you. It has nothing to do with Robyn.
Exactly.
And I think it's actually kind of shitty of him that he constantly uses Robyn as a crutch for the reason he doesn't have relationships with his children.
Yep. Always. Always, always, always.
And the fact that Robyn can't see that is actually really baffling, which is why I constantly always say every time they play the same commercial that she feels like she's the idiot that got left behind. And I say, yep, if the
Yep.
shoe
Yeah, yes,
fit,
you are.
you are the idiot that got left behind
Yep, absolutely.
because you buy his bullshit. Anyway, the next thing we get is today's the day we're paying off the property. I don't know why we couldn't have just done this months ago, but here we are, we're paying off the property.
Exactly.
And Mary's here obviously to take part in this on the Cody and Janelle Robyn side. And she this part kind of bugged me on both sides, but mostly on Mary's side. I don't know why she thinks Cody gives a shit that she is obsessed with Stonehenge.
Mm,
Because the kind of man he is, he don't care.
not at all.
Unless it has to do with him, because he only cares about himself, then fine. But he doesn't care. And
Not at all.
I mean, I hate to use the, "Oh, well, men don't pay attention, blah, blah, blah." But, but that's not true. Some do. So it's just,
Hmm.
this isn't the guy, though. And you guys aren't together anymore. Why does he care?
Exactly.
Even if he is crying about it's the end of an era. Okay, anyway, so
He wanted that.
exactly. Back to the property, though. Cody is like, you know, Janelle wants to have an appraisal of the property. I don't think we need to have an appraisal of the property.
Yes, you do.
Why not? Get the damn appraisal. What do you want me to do? Trust you? I'm not gonna trust you and you know the value of the properties. No.
Exactly.
But the reason he doesn't want the appraisal, because Janelle says it, he knows that he's gonna make way with more of the money of the property if they don't do
Hmm.
the appraisal.
Exactly.
Um, but he does say what I think is actually the more logical thing is he says, there are contractors or whomever who want me to sell it. and then we could have split it 4 ways.
Yep.
But guess what, y'all? Y'all know why they're not going to do that? Robyn. Robyn and her fucking stupidity. Because she out here being like, I don't want to sell. Because she's still hoping that Janelle and Meri will build out there with and live out there. Maybe not all the time, but they will be out there with us.
So
Robyn,
stupid.
it is never going to happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It is not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why she is insistent on beating a dead horse. The horse is dead. There is no building out there for the rest of these people. And why do you need all of the space? It's just now you and him.
Exactly.
Sell the
And
damn
you're picking it
property.
up. Exactly. Just sell it and call it a day.
Yeah. So then this part pissed me off. Curious to know what you think. Then Meri tells them. So I had this conversation with Janelle,
Oh
basically
my
telling me to
God.
protect myself and look out for myself. This is what Janelle was worried about. Why did you tell them?
Exactly. Like, keep your mouth shut.
Like, are we incapable of keeping shit to ourselves?
Okay. That's what I don't understand. Like, what was the reason for her to go back and say anything to and to Cody? Like, just shut up and keep it to yourself. Like, and then
Knowing,
You see Robin's face, like looking at Cody's, like, uh-oh. Like,
knowing that it's gonna add more animosity between Cody and Janelle.
exactly. That was
Like,
just stupid.
so stupid. And Cody is like, she would screw me if she could. And guess what? I would screw her too. But I won't.
Exactly.
I won't because my wife with a conscience won't let me. So if Robyn
Stupid.
didn't stop you from screwing people over, you would.
Of course he would, because that's
Good
how
to know.
he's so vindictive.
So vindictive. So vindictive. And again,
Absolutely.
the only reason Robyn wouldn't let him is because Robyn still has this dream that everyone's going to build out there. That's the only reason.
Robin's
Robyn
an
is
idiot. She's very delusional.
Robyn's delusional, but I really don't think Robyn is as delusional as we think she is. She's not. She's a narcissist too.
That
Um,
part.
and the thing is all of it is for selfish reasons. She's just a different type of narcissist than what Cody is.
I
She's
agree.
yes, but she is one. Anyway, everyone is like, why is the property split this way? Why did it happen? I asked the same question last week. Why is it
The
like this?
property was so weird and stupid.
And I think I found an article about it too. Um, this is bad. I haven't read it yet, but I'm just like, why is it this way? So apparently everyone's blaming Cody. I'm fine with that. Everyone's blaming Cody for the reason that it's this way. Um, and it was just the way in order until they bought the property completely, I guess, which I
Mm-hmm.
still don't understand why though. But anyway,
Because Cody wanted to be the decision maker on how it was done.
yes. But Meri says, listen, Cody's name is on all of the sections of this property.
Yeah.
Robyn's is on three. And remember, it's split 4 ways.
Mm-hmm.
And Robyn is on three. So they have the monopoly on the property. Either
Yeah.
way, they're still getting more than everyone else. And that is exactly how Cody wants it.
Exactly. Because he's greedy.
hmm It's all about money. I still want to know how this man makes money. I really do, because that
I
money right.
want to know too.
Something right. But Robyn is like, so why can't we just do the appraisal? Like, what are we hiding here?
Yeah, like,
And I'm
what are we
happy she
hiding? Like,
said that.
what's the problem?
Yeah, I'm happy she said that. I'm happy she's like, why are you so hell bent on not doing the appraisal?
Because he just then he talked about not wanting to spend the money on the appraisal, right?
He doesn't want to spend any more time, effort, money on the property. But oh well,
You have to.
you have to. This is what happens when you go through divorce. You have to spend the money to just deal with the shit and then you can move on.
But he doesn't want to.
Um, but again, like I said, I think I said this earlier, Janelle kind of knows or says like he's purposely not doing the appraisal because of he knows he'll get less probably than what he thinks he
Yeah.
should get. Um, but as Robyn kind of says, because let's just add, we'll just say this. It's bittersweet to be paying off the property. Yes, you're excited to pay the property, but then there's not going to be anybody on the land with her. So
He's
it's
gonna be on
bittersweet.
that land by herself.
Yeah, she should be with her kids. Just do you, boo. You know, my mom's never heard the term do you, boo. She's never heard that term until just recently. Like, that's not a new term.
Oh
She's
my
never heard it
God.
before. Oh man. Anyway, so um I I think Cody wishes Meri would also build out there too.
Well, why?
Because now all of a sudden he wants to be around Meri, even though he never did before.
Because Mary's his best ex-wife.
You're the favorite ex-wife.
My favorite ex-wife.
Oh, it's until the next one comes along. Jesus. He's
Do
so
you? I don't think he's going to though.
who?
I don't think Corey.
Corey.
I don't think Cody. I don't think Cody would remarry.
Oh no. Oh
No, because
no.
he just wants to live.
It's so romantic, just him and Robyn growing old together.
Oh, please. But all along he had this dream of wanting to live polygamy.
Why did we visit the cul-de-sac in Vegas? Why did that happen?
Why is it? But why is there a gate across the thing?
I also pointed out it's gated. Yeah. Was it
Yeah, like,
always the
but
gated
why?
community? I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I'm curious about. Like, was it always a gated community? Because I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either, unless it has never showed it. Maybe it always was gated. I imagine actually it probably always was gated because
Maybe.
because they had the whole cul-de-sac. They probably did what they had to do to get it gated. Because of them being
But
on
no one
TV.
lives there now.
It doesn't look that way. I mean, unless I thought they were selling the houses though. Maybe someone does, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I just thought it weird that we're here perusing the cul-de-sac
Yeah,
or
like
the
why?
outside of the cul-de-sac because memories. Because he wants to live down, he wants to go down memory lane. That's why.
Well, if he wanted it so bad, he should have just kept it.
No, but the reason they had to move to Flagstaff is because of Robin's son going to college. That's the only reason they moved to Flagstaff. Because whatever Robin wanted, Robin got.
Of course she did.
Because you can't just let Dayton go do what he needs to do. I understand he's on the spectrum, but you gotta set him free, let him live life.
Exactly.
Um, but his brothers are a hell of a lot more better looking than he is. Did you notice that?
Yes. But they don't live polygamy.
The one does live polygamy. I think his name was it Chris? Uh, to something like that. The other one doesn't.
Okay.
But they're good looking men.
They
I'm
are.
like, what happened to Cody?
And his Mr. Noodle Curl.
Oh my God. And I don't give a shit about how you have to dry your hair to get the curl and all of this. I don't care.
And him wearing a net. Oh
I've
boy.
never seen I mean, black men take care of their hair, but I've never seen it like this because he's holding on to every strand of hair that he has left. Every strand.
He really is.
He's just holding on for dear life. But you see his brothers who are bald and they look good.
They look good.
Like,
Cody, on the other hand, I don't know about that.
get rid of the Mr. Noodle hair. And I mean, I don't think he'd look good bald though. He would not
No.
look good. He's gonna be like Gino holding on to that last patch of hair.
Speaking of that, did you watch the resort
Oh, of
episode?
course I did. Of
Okay.
course I did. Oh, I was looking forward to it. So I was very excited.
That's interesting.
Benny can fuck off. Benny can
No, but
fuck off.
Area, whatever her name is, can do the same thing too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't hold his passwords hostage. But like I find it very interesting. Okay, guys, we're done, sister wives. I find it very
Yeah,
interesting that he is in Vegas, but she's in Ethiopia with Avi. I found it very interesting.
that's her decision.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm not opposed to the decision. I just find it very interesting that she's the one that's there, but he's here in the States.
Yeah.
Well, he's obviously like he's so concerned that he doesn't get or have a relationship with his first child, but now you're not gonna have a relationship with the second one.
Well, I wouldn't want to have a relationship with her, period. Because oh God.
Fair, but he made a choice to have a child with her, get married to her. You have no choice
Yeah.
at this
But
point.
the way how she's treating him too is just like
Yeah, it's not good.
you're not treating him you're not treating him I'm sorry, but the whole scene where she's eating food and she has food all over her mouth and all over her teeth.
I don't even think I noticed that. I missed
Really?
that. I think I missed that.
She was eating the salad
Oh shit.
and they showed that she had like cheese all over her mouth and then like the salad all in her teeth.
Then
I
someone
was like,
hates her.
wow. I was like, wow, TLC really did her bad with that episode.
But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be great. I'm excited for Florian and his nonsense.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm excited to see Stacy. Darce is gonna be coming soon too, so it's gonna be fun. 'Cause of course she is. We can't
Of
have
course.
Stacy and Florian and no Darcy. Come on.
Of course.
Um, who else is there? I can't wait to see the fight.
Rob and Sophie,
Oof. Did you guys?
which I don't think they need to be on the damn show.
No, they're as far as I'm concerned, she's refusing to have sex with him. You don't live with him. You live with Kay, who says she's not bi. Whatever. I don't believe her.
What's the point of them even trying to make things work? Like just move on with your life.
Exactly. He's over here touching on her ass because he hasn't in like 8 months. And he's just loving life. And she's like, you can stop now. Like, I just honestly, there's no point. As far as I'm concerned, if you're not having sex, just like Harper says, if you're not having sex, the relationship can't be more than a three. So just forget it.
Even Harper.
Harper.
Surfer has more common sense than they do.
Who knew? Who knew?
Shekinah, on the other hand, I don't know, with her damn stick of butter.
Well,
Disgusting.
both of them with their stick of butter.
I
I
know.
mean, it's
Gross.
gross. Yeah, I think I just can't wait till the Natalie and Jasmine fight. I can't wait.
Well, what are they fighting over?
Do you need a reason with Natalie? I mean,
No, she would drive you insane anyways.
and oh, she's still talking about not going to Josh's house. She's still wanting to go to. Where's your house? Where's your house? Which way's your house? Because north, east, southwest. Which way's your house? And
But there has to be a reason that he doesn't want her
because
at his house.
he has a girlfriend. He's in a whole ass relationship. That's what I'm.
What?
But this is fake, you know. He has a girlfriend. He's in a relationship with someone else. And he's only with
So
Natalie
then,
for clout. Yeah.
wow.
He's over here sliding into Sophie's DMs.
But even that, like,
That's gross, by the way, because she's like 23 and he's like 40 something. Disgusting. Get out of here. But
I
you know,
don't understand.
this is where Paradise Men was born though. Because again, the man slid into his wife's DMs. So let's create Paradise Men. But seriously, create the Rob, Josh, and Jamal of it all and do these stupid videos. Let's be
Oh my
friends.
God.
Even though you slid into my wife's DMs. Like,
Why would you like, wow, okay.
I hear there's another video. I have not watched it. I choose not to because I felt sick after the last one. When I saw Jamal singing You're the One That I Want to his mother, I was out. I was fucking out.
Oh, I haven't watched anything like that.
Maybe I should subject you to the horrors of this because if I had to see it, I think you should
No,
too.
I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. Trust me, I am good without seeing it.
It's
I'm good without seeing a lot of things in life.
it's freaking hilarious though. You're literally sitting there watching this and you're like, what is happening? What sweet hell did I enter into that I deserved this? Seriously, you question life when you watch these videos of these three fools lip syncing to songs. I can't remember what the first one was. I feel it might have been, I think it might have been Pony. I think that was the first one they ever did. Lip syncing to Pony. And I'm just like, what sweet hell did I just enter into?
Oh.
So, yep. But, and I think Gino fights with somebody.
Yeah, I
That's
want
gonna
to
be
know who's he
hilarious.
fighting with.
I couldn't tell who he's fighting with.
Like he's fighting with
He's
somebody. I
fighting
just
with
don't know
somebody.
who Gino's fighting with.
I didn't know Gino had that in him.
I don't know if Gino has anything in him at this point.
His voice went down a whole octave.
And who is Jasmine sleeping out with?
Oh, she's in a whole ass relationship. She's been
With whom?
I don't know. She's with someone else.
So,
It's
so back to reality, like in real life, like right now, they're not together.
mm-mm. She's
Oh,
gonna
Gino.
be Gino and Jasmine are not together. Yeah, Gino and Jasmine are not together. She's celebrating almost a year with her new man. Yeah,
Are
they
you
have.
serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't blame her because Gino
No, they're
treated her
not
like
having
shit, to be
sex.
honest.
Does Jasmine look like the type where she says it straight up? I'm not gonna be in a sexless marriage.
And I don't blame her. That's
Who
like
would want
Mary.
that?
Oh, that's like not Mary.
Christine.
Yeah, that one.
But no, I would never choose that. But
I wouldn't choose that either.
the thing that's crazy and how tight-lipped they really need to be. Because I think I mentioned this before. They were on so podcasts that I listen to, Reality Gaze, which I've mentioned to you before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They toured earlier this year. I
Right.
oh so because we were actually talking about going to one of the shows.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I couldn't do that because I had surgery. But anyways,
yeah.
um, but they had Gino and Jasmine at their Detroit show. They were already not together. And they
Really?
were acting like they were still together because they had to. Happily Ever After was still on. Everything was still on. So, like, they had to pretend like they weren't together, but they were not together at that point. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like, his family was there too. They didn't record or anything, but they were there. Like,
But
and they had,
but honestly, Gino deserves it because it's like you
yeah.
treated her like garbage anyways.
I mean, I'm not saying Jasmine is
Per an angel.
no way, but you can't just be out here being like, you know, I need to have emotion. I don't want to, I understand not necessarily being yelled at, but then just then leave. Leave her. If that's what you need, then leave her.
Yeah.
If, as Corona says, if you need a storybook situation and you're braiding each other's hair or patch a hair, then this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. That wouldn't work for
So
me.
who's no longer together in this whole 90 days series?
In the resort,
Yeah, like who's no longer
Ari,
together?
Ari and Vinny are not together.
That's fine because I would. Ugh.
Trying to remember everybody who's not together. Gino and Jacqueline aren't
Sophie and
together.
Rob.
Sophie and Rob aren't together. Natalie and Josh were not together before they even got there. So whatever. Um, I think Brandon and Julia are still together. I think Stacey and Florian are still together.
That's a weird couple.
I mean, she's not having sex with him either.
Because he wants to have children, so she's withholding it.
And she's withholding it, which is, I don't know, man. That's kind of messed up.
Which is weird.
Again, if you don't want to have kids,
Then just talk to your partner and how you feel, but like
yeah,
don't.
don't talk to your friends, don't talk to your wife's friend about the fact that you don't want to have kids. You, you know, but uh, I don't know, man. I don't think any of these people should
Well,
still be together.
I'm not surprised with Dino and Jasmine because that was not gonna last. The two of them butt heads like who God knows.
He started to get a backbone a little too late, honestly.
Oh, real
So,
late. Real late.
but I mean, it's just the first show, so there's not much else to really talk about with it yet. But I mean, is there anything else that's going on? B90's been a little slow lately, I feel.
Yeah, it has been.
Um,
Next episode is just like what's her name? The one the one that has her ex there with her.
her emotional support, Rory, Vea.
Yeah. Yeah, her. He just wants her to cover up her tattoos and she's like, "Oh, your family's not gonna like me about this and that." Ay, ay, ay.
But again, because I'm actually going back and rewatching episodes because I need to catch up.
Mhm.
When she met the friend, she said, "Oh, yeah, I'll cover my tattoos around his family." But now you want to kick back about covering your tattoos? It's the religion. It's not about them not accepting you, it's the religion. You're not supposed to have tattoos in Islam. So cover your fucking tattoos and shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
She annoys the hell out of me. I'm sorry. Her cat in the hat, weird sounding voice. I'm out.
Let's go to some Cat in the Hat.
She she looks like Mike Myers and Cat in the fucking Hat. Tell me I'm wrong. Google it. It looks just like her. I can't take credit for that though. But someone said it. And I'm like, oh shit.
It's like now you can't unsee it
Can't unsee it.
after it's
Cannot
been
unsee it.
said.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean that's basically that. Life After Lockup is finishing soon too. I think it's actually
I just
the
listened
last
to
episode.
me.
I haven't seen the
I
last
watched
episode
it.
yet,
I watched
but
the pieces on Instagram this morning about life, the life after lockup.
hmm
Listen here. This whole pimple face Zaria or Zaria or however you pronounce it.
Nah, I can't say her name right.
Zuzu.
Isn't that a demon? Isn't Zuzu a demon?
I don't know, but she's a demon
That's what I'm
because
saying.
the last episode, you did not let the man leave to go pick up his mom or his child. You had the mom and his child at the bus station for like over an hour. And
All
then
because you think he's
now
raping a woman.
and then now all of a sudden now all of a sudden he wants to get mad. Oh, where's my daughter? Is my daughter in the car? Like what?
I mean,
Like
and I'm sorry, I agree. I mean, I don't think his baby mom is the greatest either.
No, but
But
I
I
agree with her
agree with her.
intentions.
I
Yeah,
agree with her in the sense of
I do too.
we need to fix our co-parenting relationship
Before
before we
you
start
even, yeah,
including others.
exactly. But he doesn't seem to understand that. You
No,
have
he
a
doesn't
toxic
seem to.
wife that only cares about,
Toxic,
that only wants you to, sorry?
toxic as fuck.
Yeah, who only wants you to deal with her child and no, and none of your, and not your child at all.
No, she doesn't. It's all about her. And this whole thing about we're gonna go get the funding now because there's the need for blah blah blah. They're scamming. At least she is.
Yeah,
She
she
is
is.
she is worse than him. The only difference is that he did jail time. She didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just mm. And then I'm sorry. I love Kimberly and what's his no, not him so much, but just the storyline of Kimberly and what's his face. The one there that she thought he relapsed and she made him
Oh,
pee in the cup and everything.
that guy.
Yeah, and she tells her she'll state him. He's in rehab because he's been smoking the the weed. And she's just like, oh, Kimberly. Kimberly. Yep. Seriously. This- I can't. She's so
And then
stupid.
what's it like Key Rock and the next girl there?
Brittany.
Those two are two dumbasses.
Why can't Key Rock go to Texas and work? He has a job waiting for him, and he can't work the job because he can't be away from you.
Because she has her insecurities.
Get over it.
That and she's not working. She hasn't paid off that $10,000 thing that she needs to pay off.
Brittany,
Yeah, she has to pay off that a $10,000 something.
restitution or something else?
Yeah, some nonsense like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen them in a while, but it's just
And then the next one there that went and got a nose job. Oh no, hold on. Before we even talk about that, this stupid girl that loves to drink all the time. Ew. Oh boy.
he is talking about how, oh, if it happens, it happens. Bitch, you have an addiction and you're around a person who is also an addict and you want to talk about if it happens, I wouldn't feel comfortable with her being a mother.
I wouldn't even.
Rumor has it she's pregnant.
That's nice.
Yeah, rumor has it she's pregnant.
Well, I guess that's it.
There's that. But the one you're talking about the nose job, are you talking Melissa and Louis?
Oh yeah, I can't stand her. I don't like her. Can't stand her. She drives me insane.
I'm just gonna get my ring appraised for insurance purposes. Um, how much is
Like the
it?
man tried so hard.
Right.
Give him a chance.
And her friend over here is like, it has to be fake. Like, there's no way. Oh, it's real. Well, then he must be selling drugs. Like, how did he afford this? Oh, the inscription isn't in the diamond. Oh, well, then he's going back to prison.
Her her
Her
friend is just an
friend is
idiot. Her
so mean.
her friend is an idiot, just like she is.
And then she goes to Louis and tells him all of this. Like, this man worked
At the
hard,
pizzeria
hard at the pizzeria in
for
personal
you,
training and whatever else he's doing to get
and it's a
this ring.
problem.
And you're out here being like, you're gonna go back to prison because the inscription isn't. It's just,
Yeah, stupid.
oh. I just realized his mom's name is Donna, just like Joanne's mom is named Donna. And they're both overbearing moms, both Italian overbearing moms. And that's why I love both of them. Uh, anyone else? Because I can't remember who else was on this season.
No, I don't necessarily care about anyone else.
Yeah, I can't even think about who else is on this season. Oh,
Oh,
Justine and Michael.
yeah, I can care less about them.
Her mom is a piece of work though. I feel for her in that
She,
sense.
her mom is, but also, what's it called? She's caused a lot of chaos to her mom as well.
Understood, but when you're telling your daughter that the men she's had these children with can't be in the room, that's not up to you.
Oh,
I'm
then yeah,
sorry.
that's not up to you at all.
That is not up to you. And she has to clearly control the narrative. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, your child had children. She had her daughter young. I get all of that, but you can't, you just, it's that part. And having her walk to the hospital because she's in labor, that's messed. I'm sorry, that's messed up.
that's very traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
That is very traumatizing. I wouldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
There's no way.
And I
Yeah,
think that's everybody. I can't remember no one else.
yeah, I think that's everybody.
I think that's it. I think that's
Yep,
it.
that's a wrap.
Well, like I said, that's it. Well, that's it for you.
Yes, it is. That's it for me.
That's it for her. Um, and yeah, we'll figure something out later,
Yeah.
much later.
Yes, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. All right, here I am with the second half of Sister Wives, and I do have some more Sister Wives hot goss that I will place at the end of this one. So, again, just before we get into the rest of this, I do just want to preface this is going to be the last Sister Wives episode for now. I will come back in and do maybe one full episode or two full episodes covering the episodes that are missed during the month. So I think that will be about 4 episodes, depending on what their plan is. And we'll go from there. So that's the plan. I just want to preface that in the beginning. So let's get into the most recent episode of Sister Wives. So Meri is meeting up with some of her friends. I know one of their names was like Andrea or something around those lines. But anyways, I don't really refer to them by name. We're never going to see these people again. But both of them grew up in polygamy. One never took part in polygamy, the blonde one, she never did. And then the other one did marry into polygamy. She had sister wives, but she ended up leaving. So one of them asked, "So you fucked any men yet?" Like, she's like, "No." I mean, honestly, Mary's out here living her best life, going to England, going to Stonehenge, something she wanted to do. My girl needs to go and find herself a man and get hers. Seriously, it's been a decade. Anyway, so these ladies, though, they were with her when she had to do her meeting for the spiritual divorce. They were there with her through that. So she explains to them, he helped move me. We actually moved on our anniversary. So they're like, was he nice with you during the move? No ego? Yeah, no ego going on. These women understood what's happening here, which is really good. I mean, I feel like her one friend there, Jen, obviously she's obviously all team Meri. It's fine. It is what it is. These two are not only team Meri, but also are the voice of all the viewers who can't say the things to Meri directly. It's great. So her one friend asks if he didn't want to be with her because she kind of was, reiterating some things, why didn't he just excuse himself from the situation? Which I think is a fair question. But the other one is like, and again, just speaking the truths, and honestly, couldn't have said it better myself. Literally says, well, I know why. Because he didn't want to be the one to do it. He didn't want to be the bad guy. Things Cody has said, I don't want to be the bad guy. So I'm going to let Meri be the bad guy and marriage. It's all manipulation. Anyway, the same one here says, when he married Robyn, that was all he kind of wanted, all he kind of paid attention to. He didn't care about the others, including you. And it's true. But of course, we get him coming in at this point saying, well, whoever says I favored Robyn, over the others or not telling the truth is just, he says it's like recency bias or whatever the hell. But anyway. So her friends are like, Cody's gonna miss you. No, actually, I don't think so. I don't think Cody is capable of missing anyone or thinking about anyone, including Robyn, but himself. I I I don't think he will. I think he's too selfish of a person to ever miss anything. I really don't. Anyway, they're like, that's probably why he was crying. It's probably because he's going to miss you. No, again, and don't feed her this nonsense. Be real. Again, her crying has nothing, or him crying has nothing to do with girl, I'm going to miss you. No, it's has everything to do with he's manipulative. He's, I wouldn't say love bombing necessarily, but always changing the narrative on her. And again, that's manipulation. And that's all this is. He has to have one thing, one last say. That's all this is. I do wonder if the cameras weren't there, would he have acted the same way? Is this because of us? But again, it's crazy because, again, to us, without Meri around, he will say, well, I was in love with her. It was a horrible marriage and all of this. But to her, in front of the camera, we'll say, we had a good run. It's the end of an era. It's ridiculous. Anyways. But they say, so where Robyn's concerned though, like, are you guys still friends? Like, what's gonna happen with that? Like, how are you guys? And she says, we've always had a good relationship. However, am I supposed to be friends with my ex-husband's wife? Like, it's this weird middle thing with them. But he apparently told her that they lasted as long as they did because of polygamy, that they wouldn't have stayed together otherwise. And this is something that he's kind of said as well. If it wasn't for Janelle coming in, they probably wouldn't have worked out. If it wasn't for Christine coming in, they probably wouldn't have worked out, because in his mind, it diluted the issues with Meri. And I don't know if that's true or not. We'll never know. We never obviously saw their dynamic post, pre the show. And at that point, they're all established, right? So it's we'll never know. But and guess what, you guys? Because guess what? They were here on their anniversary, their 13th anniversary, I believe, and we saw it. It was on their first season. We saw this, and this was the end of the thing where she's like, well, what if I was, with multiple men and he can't fathom seeing her with anyone else. And the thing is, it's like watching it back with the lens that we're watching this. It's like, was that love? Was that real love for him? Or was it, no, sorry, not the 13th anniversary, sorry, it was 13 years ago. But yeah, if, like, was that love, or was that just, again, another tactic of manipulation? Another thing of him needing to hold on to the control. Anyway, the only other things here that I'm going to quickly just run through, because I don't care. Christine's looking at wedding dresses. These wedding dresses look horrible on her. I'm honestly, her actual wedding dress didn't do it for me. I don't know if it's the shape of her. I don't know, but it just doesn't look good. But anyways, I don't care. Let's move on. Robyn's daughters want to date boys in the church. They wanted one of them. I don't know which one. Breanna, Aurora, whichever one it is, I don't know. they both wanted to go to church. Don't know exactly what church that's going to be. But I think for one or both, this is kind of their way of trying to find a boy. And Robyn's like, we don't go to church to find boys. I kind of have to agree with her. But anyways, whatever, moving on. The next thing, the last thing really in this episode was Christine and David go cake tasting. He learns what a naked cake is. So did I. I mean, I didn't even know it really had a name, but once it was explained to me, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But like, I didn't know that it had a name. But anyways, he learns that, and he figured a naked cake was just someone giving him cake naked. Okay, that was funny, David. But that's it. Moving on. That's kind of it for the episode, but like promised, I'm going to give you some hot goss. Again, sister wives related, that I think is going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so Maddie has come forward to say that their family was actually very poor prior to the show. So here's what she has to say. So she opened up about this on her Authentic Society podcast on December 9th, just on Monday, so yesterday, saying, quote, before the show, we were very poor. I think my dad made decent money, but we had 15 kids. Is she pregnant again? Holy shoot, she's pregnant again. Yeah, I didn't know. She's pregnant again with her fourth. But it has been candid now about her estrangement from her dad, with the family tension playing out on this current season. She made new claims about her dad's attitude towards business during the podcast episode. My dad always chose the get rich quick schemes. That makes sense. Almost always. And that was something that was such a foreign thought to Caleb. And I remember explaining some ideas to him, and he was like, no, no. My dad was a sign salesman, but he was always doing something. Even after the show started, they did a lot of investments with people and stuff like that. She also noted that all of her parents, including fellow moms Meri, Christine, and Robyn, tended to spend first instead of opting to save. Saying, quote, when we got our tax returns when we were younger, my parents immediately spent it on something. And Caleb's family were both educated, and they did not. They saved. They saved every penny they could. However, Maddie, who recently started the Taida Farms, I believe, property and flower farm business, which I think is their property, because that is with Janelle, noted, my mom was relatively good with money. And despite seeing flaws in her parents' financial strategies, Maddie noted that her upbringing, quote, made me the parent I am today. As for Cody, he recently opened up to people about his wishes for his fractured family, saying, quote, I hope all my children marry and have children. That's what I hope, and I hope they find happiness in those places. So that's the end of that article. Next, this part, yo, guys, this I never knew. So I'm curious what people may have to say about it. So, Janelle recalls her mom marrying Cody's dad 3 months before her own wedding to Cody. Let's get into it, guys. So, I guess maybe this was on the episode and maybe I missed this, but Janelle arrived in Utah, as we know, on this episode with Maddie to help Christine pick out a wedding dress for her wedding to David. Naturally, Janelle reflected on her previous wedding to Cody, saying, quote, I actually didn't have a wedding dress, as we know, when Cody and I got married. My family was very upset with my decision to join the faith, so most of my family was not talking to me or associating with me. She had a green dress, we know. My mom was at the wedding because she came to save me from the polygamist and ended up marrying Cody's dad 3 months before we got married. So this is interesting. So my mom was obviously okay with it, but the rest of my family was really not okay with it. So they didn't come. So yeah, there's only 2 pieces of hot goss because the 2 of the articles are pretty much the same. So that's basically that. But yeah, that is it for this episode. And again, the final episode for the rest of the year for Sister Wives. Again, just to preface, I was I'm hoping we'll see how things go. But there is going to be a delay on Love Off the Grid. We might just give all 4 episodes of one day, or maybe two on 2 different days, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be delayed. So we'll see how that goes and when you get it. But that's the only thing I wanted to mention. We're pretty on track with everything else for the most part. Yeah, I think everything else is ready to go. There won't be a delay in the other shows. Um, Still working on one, but that's not totally in the air anyways. But everything else is good to go. So anyway, that is it for me. That is it for this episode. And again, we will be back in the new year where we will talk about the remaining episodes for the season. But that is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.